Good evening, friends. I'm gentleman with another session for you. Ethics mentorship course, which we are going to start from November 8th. So I'm just here to give you one glimpse that how this course is going to help you and how we are going to cover the topics, because you might have read all the content on ethics, but there are something which add value, and that adding value is very important, because in the name of content you might have read even everything, or even you have read two to three content. But now I'm here to give you a brief that how SOMP is going to provide you the quality in your content side, as well as for the answer writing we are going to have a different session, but how we are going to provide the quality in your content side and how you are going to use that in the examination. Okay. And there is one thing, for the first time I'm going to use this pen tab mode. So apologies for handwriting and all those things. This is the first time I'm using this particular technology. Okay. So I would like to welcome all of you for this session, and the topic is leadership. Okay. So leadership is it the topic on which we are going to discuss. So there is one particular question, that what is leadership. Okay, so I have given you the definition, and I have given you some of the quotes on this particular topic, so that you can mug up the exact definition. I keep on emphasizing on this particular thing, that is always mug up the standard definition. Do not make your own definition, because when you have that standard definition in your mind, you can directly write that definition in the examination hall. And there are some quotes which you can use in the examination while writing your ethics or essay, and of course ethics help in essay. Okay. Like if we'll see this particular quote of Steve Jobs: innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Leaders innovate, they innovate things, and it is true. Okay, it is absolutely true. Followers cannot innovate, they can follow. So Apple itself has a very good brand value. So you can mug up the definition and the quotes. Second thing is, it's an age old debate: leaders are born or made. Okay. It's a age old debate. We are not going to enter in this debate as of now. In the session which you are going to have with your mentors and with the experts, they are going to discuss all these things with you. But what I'm trying to tell you here, that leadership, there are two things: leaders and leadership. As of now, there is a possibility that you are living a normal life. You are working somewhere, you are going to office, and you are attending your office, and after coming back to office you are handling your family and other things. But it is the crisis. Okay. It is the crisis where leadership is born. Inside a person, it is only the crisis where leadership is born. For example, Sonu Sood, we all have heard the kind of work done by Mr. Sonu Sood in during the COVID. People were crying, people were walking thousands of kilometers by their own. There was no facility of buses, train, nothing. And we were watching those videos of people uh, walking to thousands of kilometers, and then emerged. Then Sonu Sood emerged as a leader. So leadership is born in the crisis. Earlier, we used to know Sonu Sood as an actor. Okay, we never thought that he is going to do such large thing which others fail to do. So leadership is always born in the crisis. During the struggle of India's independence. Okay. So during the struggle of India's independence, Gandhi emerged as a leader. As a person, no one knew Gandhi. Okay. As a person, no one knew Gandhi earlier than when he entered into the freedom movement. And of course, he was a large figure. Till now, the whole world knows him. Okay. So there was a crisis, that India was not free. So only In the crisis, leadership is born. Otherwise, what is the use? Suppose, for example, let me take one example of Anna Hazare. Okay, Anna emerged as a leader during this India against corruption. In that campaign, Anna emerged as a leader. Had Anna been protesting in Scandinavian countries, no one would have noticed that some person Anna is there, because there is no such crisis. So only in the crisis, leadership is born. Okay, and this particular thing you can write. You can definitely write in your exam. You can definitely write in your essay. Another thing is what world is facing. In the news, every time we hear there is shortage of food, fuel, electricity, there is shortage of jobs, there is shortage of funds. But the real crisis is not of these materialistic things. Real crisis is of the leadership. If there is a leader, if there is a person, suppose there is a country which is going through all these hardships, the country should blame their leader, not the crisis. Okay, so leadership, the crisis is of leadership. Currently, global world, we are having very tough time. We are having serious tough time. If you'll see at Middle East countries, if you'll see, if you have seen the world that has gone through COVID. So yes, crisis is there, and God is not going to come to help us. So some leaders will emerge that, okay, let me help, let me save this world, let me save the humanity. So leadership is like that. And as I have said, world as well as India require leadership in all walk of life. So it's not that only in the politics we need leaders. We need in administration, we need in sports, we need in technology, because whatever problems we are facing, suppose there is a problem of poverty, there is a problem of hunger, technology can help in that. In the human side, like if you can recall the work of Mother Teresa, the kind of patients she treated, no one wanted to touch them, and she said that let me help the people, let me help these people. She was a great leader. Even in the religious side, we need very good leaders, like we have Dalai Lama, we have, because now what is happening that the world is being divided on the basis of religion. Means anything is going on in this world, so we need very good spiritual leaders. So leadership is required in all walk of life. Please mug up this term, in all walk of life. Otherwise some people will write only about the civil services or politics. So cardinal traits of a leader, what all are these? Number one is the professional knowledge and competency. We'll take these things one by one. Second is ability to take decisions. Third is absolute justice and impartiality. Third is moral and physical courage. Then loyalty. Then discipline and character, and then honesty. Okay, so let's see what all these things mean. So number one is the professional knowledge and competency. So what is professional knowledge? Suppose you are working, uh, suppose you are a sports player, and you want to lead your team, and if you do not have the professional knowledge in your field, then you will never become a good leader. People will not accept you. And second thing is competency. Not only having the knowledge, but the competency to act, competency to perform. It is very important. It is very, very important that competency is required. Okay, and professional knowledge, it is really hard to get, because you have to read, You have to understand the things, and every time you have to be updated. Every time you have to be updated with that kind of knowledge. But it has to be there. It is required. Unless you have the knowledge about your field, how can you expect people to obey you? So competency, as I have said, if you are not competent but only having the knowledge, then there is no point of having that knowledge. So both should be there. So I have given one example. Second is decision making. This is the most important part of any leader, because their decision making ability change everything. If your decision is good, then it will serve the purpose of your cause, or it will help the people. But if that decision goes wrong, then there is a problem. But decision making has to be there. And once you have made the decision, take the full responsibility of your decision. Full responsibility you have to take, that yes, I have taken this decision. Let me see. I'm taking the responsibility. And nowadays you will find very few leaders who take the responsibility. There was one great person in India, engineer, and sorry, not was, he is there, engineer Sridharan. The kind of work he did for Delhi Metro, it is flawless concept. And Delhi Metro, please, I'm writing it here. Delhi Metro, most professional, most successful model. Till now, no accident. If you will see the security of Delhi Metro, it is very good. So during the work of Delhi Metro, there was one incident when one slab that fall on some people, and I think 7-8 workers died. Engineer Sridharan took the full responsibility that whatever I am doing for the Delhi Metro, it is my responsibility. On his own, he said, let me leave this job. But of course, the chief minister said, no, we need you. And definitely, India needed that person. And we call him Metro Man, right? So there is very good line. If you must be a bloody fool, you must become quickly. This is being said by the Field Marshal Monek Shaw, and I have used a lot of knowledge of his speeches and his life in this particular slide. So he said that if you have to be a bloody fool, you must become quickly. Okay. So, and please don't write this line in the exam. And let's come here. That why he said it. That why he said it, because if you are not making the decision, if you are not making the decision, then it leads to loss to the exchequer, loss of public money. It might lead to death and violence. I'll share that how. Then there is one very good quote given by him only, Marshal Manik Shaw. An act of omission is much worse than act of commission. Okay, sorry. So act of commission, suppose you have taken some decision and that decision goes wrong or it is going wrong, then that act of commission can be put right. That act of commission can be put right, that okay, let's do it. But if you are not taking the decision, it is not going to help. So I remember when we were procuring one, I think aircraft carrier from USSR, means if I'm not wrong, deal started from USSR, then it became Russia, and due to that delay, I think initially the price was of, let us say, 100 rupees. Okay, but just due to the delay, that price led it to 1000 rupees. So delayed decision making, it leads to exceeding the price. Death and violence. Suppose you are SP of your district, there are some development that are going on, that are keep on happening, but you are not taking the decision. Your subordinates are saying, sir, there is a possibility that this particular issue might lead to bigger issues. You are not listening to them, and suddenly you find that your district is being affected by communal violence, and thousands of people die, hundreds of people die, thousands are homeless. You are responsible because it is the act of omission. Had you taken some decision, and there is a possibility that you have taken that decision, and some people start protesting that how can you say it, this and that, that can be put to right. But just because of you didn't take that decision, people died. Best example is Delhi riots. In the news everywhere, we were seeing that, we were seeing those things unfolding. We were seeing that yes, something can happen, but just due to act of omission, leadership failed there, completely failed. Act of omission. They just sit on that condition, and 2 to 3 days, Delhi burned. Okay, so decision making is very important. Next is absolute justice and impartiality. I have given the definition of justice and impartiality. So what happens that no man wants to get punished. Of course, we don't want to get punished. But if I have committed some crime and if I know that the process is not arbitrary, it is impartial, it is adhering to the principle of justice, I will accept my punishment. And same goes on in the leadership. When you are a leader and when you are absolutely impartial and you are serving the justice, people will follow you, people will like you, that yes, that man is a reasonable man. Next is courage. There are two sides of courage. One is the moral courage, second is the physical courage. So what is moral courage? I have given the definition: ability to distinguish between right and wrong. And second is everyone feels the fear, but leaders don't show this. Every human being feel the fear, but the real work of a leader, do not show it. Lead from the front. Let me give you two examples from the life of course, Field Marshal Manekshaw sir. That during 1971 war, in April, there was one cabinet meeting. Okay, in that cabinet meeting, Honorable Prime Minister asked the Chief of Army. He was then Chief of Army, Manekshaw, that please attend the meeting. And Madam Indira Gandhi ji said that why are you not taking the action in East Pakistan side? And second, I want you to take the action, and even if amounts to war, I have no issue. Okay, even if it amounts to war, I have no issue. Field Marshal Manekshaw said that, Madam, if you want it, and story is very long, but just cut it short. If you want a war now, I can guarantee you 100%, 100% that we are not going to win this war. We'll see the defeat. We'll see the defeat. So, what is moral courage here? That the Prime Minister is saying that I want you to go to the war, but he knew the condition. He said we are not prepared. April month is not a very good month for the war, because in Himalayas ice melt, so passes will be open. There is a possibility that we might be having two front war, one front from Pakistan and second from China. But a yes man type of chief could have said, okay ma'am, I will go to the war. So moral courage means that you know what is right and wrong, and you have the ability to tell that it is not right. I'm not going to sit on this position. I'm not going to sit on this defeat. Second is physical courage. In his battalion, one fine evening, one of the Subedar, he said that tonight I'm going to kill Manekshaw sir. And there was some issue, of course, again a long story, cut it short. So that Subedar was being arrested. that Subedar was being arrested. Okay, and he was put in the army custody. So Manekshaw said that where is that Subedar? So the officer said that sir, we have arrested him because there is a threat to your life, and he said that he is going to kill you. So Manekshaw sir said that bring him to me. So he said, Subedar, तुम मुझे मारना चाहते हो? Then Subedar said, साहब गलती हो गई, गलती से निकल गया. And the army personnel, he was having a gun with him, so that gun was being taken away, and those things happened. Then Manekshaw said, give him. Manekshaw loaded the gun, and he gave that gun to him and said, kill me now. And he said, sorry sahab, galti ho gayi. So Manekshaw said, okay, have your gun. And then what he did, he said, tonight outside my home, outside my bunker or home, whatever was there, you are going to be posted. And tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., I need a full cup of tea as well as warm water to shave. And then Manekshaw said that if you are thinking I was not fearing or I was brave, I was having the fear. I was literally fearing that night. But had I not done that, then the junior officers would have said that look, Sahab to dag hai. So you must have the physical courage. During the raids, you see one or two police officer with just a baton, and there is a crowd of 100 or 200 people, and they enter and they say कि जिसमें हिम्मत है आओ, we are going to arrest you. That is physical courage, and you must have it. If you are only having moral courage, not physical courage, then you are not a very good leader. Next, loyalty. Loyalty is a two-way concept, but we treat it only one-way concept. We expect others to be loyal, that my followers should be loyal to me, but am I loyal to them? Am I loyal to my cause? Many times we see that some people emerge that yes, I am fighting for corruption. Okay, I'm going to fight for corruption, I'm going to fight for other issues, but they are not loyal to that cause. The moment government pay them money, they are like, okay, let it be. So they betray the people. So loyalty is a two-way game. So a leader has to be loyal. Management of man and resource, very important. It is very important. Okay, because if you are leading the mass, you are having both the things. But it is the leader who puts them in right place. And if your justice is wrong in that, if your decision is wrong, then it led to a very bad condition. So a leader must know that how you are going to use your men and resources. Sorry for handwriting, guys. First time using this tab. Okay. So outcome depends that how you are going to use it. For example, Venezuela. Venezuela has produced one of the finest leader of 20th century, Hugo Chavez. Okay, I'm writing his name, Hugo Chavez. Socialist person. He led his country from on the brink of collapse to some stability. And he was one of the greatest person on this planet. There is no doubt about it. And even there is a very wonderful saying for him that even he didn't know how great he was. So as a leader, he was best. Okay. So then what is the issue? When he was diagnosed with cancer, he had to choose his successor. So man and resource. He chose The wrong person. The next president, Nicolas Maduro, a failed leader. If you see the Venezuela now, there is shortage of food, there is shortage of everything. And in the first slide itself, I have said it is not the shortage of food, it is not the shortage of medicines, it is the crisis of leadership. So one person, Hugo Chavez, who tried to provide everything to his countrymen, and next person who was not able to handle the country well, and now he's holding the power with iron hand. And there is one very beautiful cartoon I have seen during 2016. Okay, when India entered, when Indian PM announced demonetization, that okay, we are going to have demonetization. The same thing he tried to follow. So in India, you have seen that people लाइन में खड़े रहे पैसे लेने के लिए. एक उम्मीद थी कि कुछ अच्छा इसका आउटकम निकलेगा. ओके, बट व्हाट हैपेंड इन वेनेजुएला, there was they were at the point of civil war. People said no, we are not going to follow your demonetization because leadership matters. Our PM said we are going to get benefit from these points. We said okay, let's do it. But Venezuelan people didn't trust their leader. Then discipline and character. Discipline and character is a virtue. Okay, and this virtue has to be there, because if you are not disciplined, then how you are going to lead others, first thing, and then second thing, how you can expect others to follow you. So discipline is very important in a leader. If a leader is not having that, then there is a problem. And in that discipline itself, there must be self discipline for him. Only then he can inspire others, because leaders inspire. And character of a leader, it is like, it is one thing. Character of a leader reflects in the people who are following them. If the character of leader is questionable, then people will say that it is fine, it is okay. Okay, for example, let me take one example. I think two, but I'm not going to name anyone. There was a leader, so-called self-proclaimed person that I am a leader. So that person has many followers. Okay, there were many followers of him, but he had a negative bias towards a caste. So his followers, those who used to follow him, even if they were liberal, they used to hate that caste, right? And then there was another person uh, who was uh, who was having very good following, but he had negative attitude towards gender. He treated them as a second class person. So his followers, they were like, okay, jab saab nahi kaha hai to sahi hoga, right? So in discipline, if we want to learn from animal behavior, every evening just go out in the sky and see the birds. They follow a pattern. When they fly, they follow a pattern. If you'll go in the jungle, you'll find that animals are disciplined. They are not messy like human beings. Okay, they are very much disciplined. They know how to act and how to behave. So that is one thing which we can learn from the animal behavior. Then last is the honesty. And if you are not honest, and especially if you are not honest with yourself first thing and to the others, then there is no point of claiming yourself to be a leader. Okay, so these are the basic inputs which I really wanted to give to you, and I hope you might like it or you may not. But such sessions on topics, on important topics, we are going to have. Okay, course is starting from November 8th. You can check the course. It is not only answer writing, it is mentorship, plus sessions plus answer writing. 3 things. Okay. So thank you for watching this episode, and I would really like to thank the great Shri Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw Saab. Okay, guys, good night.